Make up to break up. Trauma bonding. I met a young lady who told me that her husband does not come straight home from work. He hangs out with his friends or he goes to a strip club 2 or 3 times a week. And when she asks him where has he been, he hollers at her, "None of your business," slapping her for asking the question, only to shower her with love and affection 10 minutes later. The couple has 3 children, 2 girls and a boy, ages 8 through 12, who witnesses the abuse. The client blames herself for the abuse and plays the event down. She tells me that she loves him and says in a low tone, "It's not that bad." She's not allowed to have friends, and her mother, who lives in another state, is her only support. Millions of individuals are involved in what is commonly known as a trauma bond relationship. Trauma bonding is when abused person feels a connection to their abuser. It describes an unhealthy attachment toward the person that causes trauma. And more specifically, trauma bonding relationships are perpetuated by cycles of abuse, followed by love and kindness. And if you want to learn more about trauma bonding, then watch this video. And do me a favor, please hit the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up, and that will help the channel grow so that I can reach more people. Now, trauma bonding or trauma bonds are emotional attachments between the victim and their abuser. And according to researchers, these bonds are typically marked by contradictory problems of abuse, control, and dependency, along with deep feelings of love, admiration, and gratitude towards their abusers. Now, it brings with it not only feelings of sympathy, compassion, and love, but also confusion. Trauma bonding's origins. Individuals with a history of child abuse are vulnerable to trauma bonding because they have an altered perception of a healthy relationship. Trauma bonds form when a person abuses another person physically, emotionally, and or sexually, and the abused individuals begin to idolize and feel emotionally connected to the abuser. It's kind of like a emotional roller coaster. Good, bad, love-hate relationship. So trauma bonding is largely informed by the disorganized attachment style in which caregivers are inconsistent, neglectful, and often abusive. A disorganized attachment is formed when a child is emotionally and physically dependent on someone who is also the source of distress or fear. This behavior transfers from childhood through adulthood, and individuals with a disorganized attachment style display unstable and confusing relationship behaviors. They find intimate relationships confusing and perplexing, often alternating between emotional extremes of love and hate for their partner. They bond with partners that display similar abusive behavior patterns experienced in childhood by their parents. Why does trauma bonding occur? Trauma bonding is a cycle of abuse, a cycle, right? The abuser establishes a positive relationship with the victim, only later to become emotionally unpredictable. That's that emotional roller coaster. The abuser will eventually, or verbally, physically, and emotionally abuse the victim, apologize, and later tell them how much they love them and need them. After the abuse occurs, the abuser follows the abuse with an act of kindness. The victim believes the abuser is sorry and embraces the kinder version of the abuser. The cycle of mental and physical abuse and kindness continues, leaving the victim trapped in a relationship and eliciting complex and confusing emotions. Emotional roller coaster. So, signs that you're in a trauma bonded relationship. One sign is difficulty sharing your feelings, thoughts, or wants because you're afraid of upsetting your partner. Acting like you're happy when you're not because you want to keep that person happy. You begin to walk on eggshells. Trusting people who have proven to be unreliable. Feeling like you can't live without the other person. That's because you made them your world or your God. Allowing boundaries to be crossed or ignored. Going above and beyond to help people who have mistreated you. Contacting people you know who are not good for you. Trying to help people who continue to hurt you. Over and over again they hurt you and you still keep reaching out to them. The inability to walk away from unhealthy relationships. And you know what an unhealthy relationship is because you done told your girlfriend and your boyfriend, hey, leave that person alone. You remain loyal to people who continue to betray you. Being attracted to untrustworthy people. Bad boy, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when it come for you? Alright, sorry. Staying in contact with an abuser who acknowledges no responsibility. Remaining loyal to people who betrayed you. Being attracted to untrustworthy people. Consistently making excuses for the abuser's behavior and why you stay in the relationship. You always got an excuse why you're hanging on to the person. Feeling like you're not good enough without the abuser. Why? Because you made them your world and now you're dependent on them. So I read a story some years ago where a woman living on the first floor was raped by a stranger who entered her bedroom through an open window. And when the woman was interviewed, she admitted that she enjoyed the encounter and began to leave the window open so he could return. And he did several times. She was in love with the trauma. I can't figure that one out. Now, trauma bonding has its roots in childhood, and children whose parents were abusive may grow up to find familiarity in abusive partners, feeling a sense of normalcy, being abused. The abused may also be addicted to the good parts of the relationship. Again, you got those ups and downs in the relationship, and the good part you're attracted to. When something positive happens in the relationship, there's an increase in dopamine, adrenaline, and norepinephrine, and their memories remind them of the good feelings the abuser created, causing the abused to seek out the experience again. In other words, abused victims may be waiting for the next feel-good moment in the relationship, keeping them trapped in a cycle of abuse and relief. Trauma bonding is a complex psychological connection to a person who causes psychological, physical, or sexual harm. Ending a toxic or violent relationship can be challenging and even dangerous to do alone. So don't hesitate to contact a professional if you have any of these signs and you're trying to leave an unsafe relationship. Now, I've included 2 links below so you can take the assessment to see if you're in a trauma bonded relationship. And if you are, you want to get out. You will need the proper support, because if you don't, then it may not change and it could lead to dire consequences. Back in the days, the Stylistics had a song called Break Up to Make Up, and I posted the lyrics to the song in the link below, so please check it out.
2, 1, go.
I just wanted to share with you guys my rendition of Break Up to Make Up. Alright, so check me out. In the meantime, this is Intermission. Go check out the link below and you can get yourself some Lord Laird's lemonade. Drink Lord Laird's lemonade. Need some of this good Lord Laird. That's right, that's Lord Laird's lemonade. Have a blessed day. Alright, here we go. Tell me what's wrong with you now. Tell me why I never seem to make you happy, though heaven knows I tried. What does it take to please you? Tell me just how I can satisfy your woman. You're driving me wild. Break up to make up, that's all we do. First you love me, then you hate me. That's a game for fools. When I come home from working, you're on the phone, talking about how bad I treat you. Now tell me I'm wrong. You say it's me who argues, I say it's you. We have got to get together, or baby, we're through. That's it. Break up to make up. That's what we do. Have a blessed day. Alright, you like that, John?
Did you make that up, Dad?
No, that's the song. That's the song from back in the day. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button so that my channel can grow. Give me the thumbs up and share with others who may benefit. But that's all I have for right now. So thank you for checking out my video, and remember, the more you know, the more you grow. Life is what you make it. Have a blessed life.